If you're new here, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome back, civilians, to the home of elevation, growth, and experience. Some of you may know, some of you may not know, I am the civilized woman. Hello, civilians. It's been a minute, but I hope you're doing well. Listen, I am coming to y'all with, you know, obviously Love and Marriage Huntsville has been off for a minute. We know that Mel left the show the end of last year. It was announced the top of 2025. And I just kind of had in my mind that I'm really just not going to touch anything that has to do with Love and Marriage Huntsville. And there's been such unnecessary drama to me that's gone on with the sector that it's just been really, really crazy. But we're gathered here today because, listen, Mel called, she gave a clarion call. She called out, she asked for content creators, she asked for supporters, prayer warriors to go to her channel on Monday evening to, she had something that she had to tell everybody. I don't think anyone thought what it could be. I know I didn't. And honestly, I don't get to catch Mel's live a lot. This was just one occasion that I just kind of happened to be in a space where I could. So I was like, well, let me go over there and see what's going on. Child, got over there. That lady gathered everybody in that live to let us know that she was being sued by a blogger. And we were like, say what now? It's the blogger AL. If you're in this sector, I'm not even going to say his name because, child, not only did he sue Mel, this man went down to Huntsville. This is what Mel was telling everybody in the live. This man went down to Huntsville, so he's able to serve Mel with this lawsuit. And he has bloggers, content creators in that suit as well, just for mentioning his name or having a title with his name in it. He had, content creators that were millimeters, content creators that don't support Mel. It's crazy, right? So I'm listening to her talk. She presents this document because apparently the blogger was shopping this information around, and he contacted bro chat, which are apparently some young men that are quite popular that honestly I was not aware of until Mel's live. And the young man Mitch came on and expressed to Mel that AL had been contacting people. So he was one of the ones that they contacted and basically trying to galvanize people on his side to go against Mel, who will blog and speak negatively about Mel on his behalf of regarding this lawsuit. So he's the one that brought on the suit, and he's trying to shop at the same time. Then Carson Blue came on, and y'all know who Carson Blue is. Carson Blue came on. She's kind of the one that helped blow the lid off Revenge P. But Carson Blue came on because Carson had called Mel the end of last year because apparently AL reached out to her as well, saying he wanted to make peace with Mel. And he wanted, somebody who could talk to Mel, and he felt like Carson could do it. So Carson calls Mel, and Mel basically was like, child, I ain't worried about it. I'm good. I ain't want to talk about it. So according to Mel, like, they don't talk often. So when Carson called, Mel's like, I pulled my car off to the side and, got out the car and talked to you. Cause I'm like, we don't talk like that. So Carson did what she needed to do, and Mel just told her, listen, tell him you couldn't reach me. And that's what, according to Carson, that's what she went and told Mel. So Mel pulls this document. Apparently this thing is 30 pages. Now, this young man is suing for $6,000. Not $60,000, not $600,000, not $1 million. $6,000. That is 6 followed by 3 zeros. You got 6, a comma followed by 3 zeros. And apparently that is the small claims limit in the state of Alabama. So he got in his car, however he got to Huntsville, because if I'm not mistaken, I guess he lives in Tennessee. I don't know what part. I don't care to know. Got to Huntsville, went to serve this lady, and he's only suing her for $6,000. And he says that she's bashed him, and she's used content creators to bash him, and they've messed up with his earnings. And I guess $6,000 is to recoup his losses. Now he is pro se. That means he is representing himself in court. Now this man is going against a woman who is easily a million plus net worth person, and he's going against her pro se. So clearly he don't, and when she was going through the documents, I could see that he don't really have the funds like that. First of all, he's only suing for $6,000, right? And the documents were, so he had screenshots of her channel, her followers. He had screenshots of different content creators. There was about 20 content creators that he named in this document. And Mel called everybody because she was like, I'm good. I got all my receipts. I got the resources to be able to handle this thing. But I'm concerned for y'all because he got y'all named in here, and I wanted to let y'all know so that way, if anything, I don't have no problems. I will pay my way to come to you and testify on your behalf. If I need y'all to come, I will pay for y'all to come and testify on my behalf. So the fact that this woman took the time out to just gather everybody and just be like, you know what, I just want to make y'all aware so y'all are not blindsided. And that's all bloggers, not just bloggers who rock with her, not just content creators who rock with her, but even ones that don't rock with her. She told everybody who was in that document, she called them out. There were people who were in there multiple times. Here for Hot Tea was in there multiple times. And if you've seen any of Here for Hot Tea's videos, that shouldn't be a surprise in terms of, she goes in. Queen Sheba was in there multiple times as well. Shout out to the palace. And that's not a surprise either, because y'all know early, like maybe a year or plus ago, like when the whole Houston trip happened with Love and Marriage Huntsville, that season of it, this particular blogger had reached out to Queen Sheba, and she kind of tried to advise him a little bit, and all of a sudden it turned sour because he made himself content, and Queen Sheba does content. She's a content creator. And so she did content, and I guess that, I don't know what that did to him, but he got real personal. Like, he started doing things to let her know that he knew her government name, that's her first name, and her last name. He started doing things to, that concerned her brother, rest his soul, that was special needs. So he started doing things to that went far outside of on the internet. And so this particular blogger has a history of being abusive, or towards women, or not harassing women or going against women in a negative way. So she calls off all these Tea Talk with your girl Camerel, the Gossip Girls that's when Tea Talk Drop the Mic, Brown Skin Girl. There is Brand New, and I can't remember what the rest of her thing is. Cocoa Gonna Tell It. In Her Alchemist. Scotty by Nature, which threw me off because I think everybody know where Scotty stands on Mel. So that was crazy. Aunt Ann has not done content in I don't know how long. She might have came back and did one last year or something like that, but Aunt Ann has not been doing content for such a long time, but she was in there as well. So those are, and I'm sure there's a few more that I am missing, but those are the ones that I remember. So let me just say this particular gentleman that is suing Mel, I remember when that lady used to bring him up on her lives. Okay, she didn't have to do it. She didn't know him for a can of paint. He came in there fangirling out, acting like he was such a fan. And for me, the way my discernment works is like if I'm not, if I'm just experiencing you and I'm looking at you and you seem like you're doing too much or you're not quite genuine, I'm kind of gonna like play you with the long arm. I'm just gonna observe you. And for me, when he would come on there, the way he acted was not what I would consider to be normal. I think where we get messed up is that when we see people on the internet, we get so familiar with them that we lose what we think, and we think we know them, that we lose our ability to judge and to survey the person properly. So for me, I just felt like he was doing too much. I didn't feel like he was genuine at all, to the point where, to be honest, when he would be on the live, when he would come on, I would get off the live and kind of pop back in to make sure, and then if he was still on, I would get off again. I'm sure I missed a lot of good stuff just by doing that. But if I would go back in once he was done talking. So y'all know how Mel do. She's an encourager. She's a builder. So she encouraged him with his YouTube. And Mel fans go hard for her. So if she advocates for somebody, people are gonna or encourages them or pushes them in any way. Not that she doesn't. Everybody got their own mind, but people are definitely going to check that person out. I honestly never did, just because I didn't see it for him. That's just me. But for this individual to make such a turn from being so in love with this lady and so, in admiration of her, to now he is cussing her out, cussing her mama out, wishing ill towards them, her children, all kinds of things, right? It's just bizarre. So what it gives to me is obsession and not managing a parasocial relationship well. So, obsession is a state in which someone thinks about someone or something constantly or frequently, especially in a way that is not normal. Now, finally, I want to say 2 years ago, 2023, had to lay this gentleman out via live with her receipts, because he had done the most, because he started to try and work his way into Mel's world. So keep in mind, they've never met. All of this is happening based on internet exchange. Not we've met, we used to be around each other and we fell out and I feel like you did me wrong. This man, just like most of us, unless you have been to Mel's events and interacted with her or took a class and, interacted with her, people who go to the events have interacted with her personally, in the flesh. But none of that. These people have never met. This woman has not laid eyes on this man in real life. She has not gone somewhere and seen him or met him somewhere. So all of this happening with somebody who don't know her and she don't know is crazy. So it definitely gives to me obsession. And then parasocial relationship. Yeah, parasocial is a one-sided connection where someone feels, a sense of intimacy and connection with someone they don't know personally. It's typically a celebrity, a TV character, or an online personality. It's a sense of friendship or closeness, even though the relationship is not reciprocal, meaning not mutual. One person is putting out feelings that is not reciprocated by the others. So y'all remember just not so long ago, I said about him trying to insert himself into Melody's life, right? So he started contacting her makeup artist, I guess whoever is connected to her, and somehow, because there were a lot of people that was following him. I'm telling you, there were people who showed themselves to be Mel supporters that because of this blogger kind of got themselves excommunicated out of the sector and out of the community, because when he was doing his crazy, they were right there, right along with him, and it's insane. So somehow he got connected with Miss Dawn Michelle, that is Melody's manager and business partner, all of that. Y'all know Miss Dawn. So he got connected with her, and so she was helping him do some things, which kind of seems to be the MO of everybody that's around Melody. They're just people who are ambitious about their business, and they look to help people and connect people who seem to be in that same vein. So the thing with Houston came up, and he started wanting to tell more. Like, he was getting inside information, so he started wanting to tell more than what he needed to tell. And she was advising him. She was telling him to be quiet. Ironically, around the same time, Queen Sheba was kind of talking to him, kind of telling him that, trying to advise him. Now, Queen Sheba did an interview with Miss Dawn Michelle, because this gentleman was out there acting like he had some kind of relationship with Mel, because he was trying to connect to all these people. Now, unbeknownst to Miss Dawn and to Mel, they didn't know that each of them were dealing with this gentleman. I think at that point, Melody had phased out of dealing with him, because he started being weird, asking that lady what's her favorite restaurant, what she liked to order at the restaurant, trying to set up something with her. So she just kind of cut him off. And he might have suffered a narc injury off of that. And then ultimately, Miss Dawn Michelle as well. And so this gentleman has continued to continue to escalate in ways that is not okay, that is not normal, that is not somebody who is working with all of their faculties in place. And my thought with this lawsuit that he's doing is nothing but a ploy to be able to get in Melody's presence. You're suing a millionaire for only $6,000. So now at this point, Mel's kind of like, okay, I was ignoring you and all of that. Now I got to obliterate you. So it's clear that I'm the one, because I've been blessed with the resources. Now I got to be the one to handle you once and for all. And if that's how it's got to be, I'm going to go ahead and accept the assignment. So that's where she is right now at this point. And she did at the end of that live. Now, I recorded that live, but child, it was over 43 minutes. So I haven't been able to upload it. And I just wanted to be able to give y'all clips from there. But I think at this point, y'all have seen it. If you didn't see it live, you've probably seen it from other content creators. But she definitely mentioned a countersuit in that live. So now imagine he done gone ahead and sued this lady for $6,000. Okay? 6 bands, like $6,000. And she's going to mess around when she's done with you with her attorneys, because he's doing stuff pro se. She's like, my attorney is handling it. When she turns around and countersue you, what are you going to do? Because you're accusing her of getting you fired from a bakery. You're saying that she was inciting people to call, CPS or whatever against you. Y'all know he used to work with, I don't know if he still does or not, with folks with special needs. And he kind of was not doing his job the way he was supposed to. And so he was doing things that, in my opinion, warranted him to be reported. So he's blaming her for that. But all of this, to me, the real reason why he's doing this is that he wants an audience with that lady. He wants to be in a space with her. And the only way he can do that is taking her to court. You can sue for anything. And Melanie said this in her live. You can sue for anything, but what can you prove? If you look at the receipts that she has versus what he has, you can clearly see that he has been harassing this lady. You can clearly see that this is one-sided. You can clearly see that he is the problem. I mean, even those screenshots he had, it was just like he just went and started printing off things, and it was not professional. And he would pick video titles and put that in the document. It's, in my humble opinion, trash. So the only value that this lawsuit has is that it gives him an opportunity to be in the same space with Melody. That's what it gives him. And that's what he's been wanting and he's been craving, and he's been doing any and everything possible to be able to be in the space with her, and that has not happened. Y'all, I'm going to close by saying this because I don't want to beat a dead horse. We have really got to keep our discernment up when we are engaging in these internet communities. Some of the things that have come through, especially in the love and marriage sector, where you have subbies suing content creators going against other content creators, has been out of control. So while all of that is going on, you have people who are new to the space, who are gatekeeping, and people are not paying attention to that because they're going at each other for ridiculous things. People really need to get humble, in my opinion, and need to focus and get very, very serious, because it is out of control, the craziness that is going on right now in YouTube as a whole. I would say manage your online presence well. I would say the same discernment, the same care, the same scrutiny that you use when you are engaging with people in your real life, like in the flesh, people who you can get out your car and see, drive down the street and see, people in the cubicle next to you that you see, people at church that you see, people in the restaurant that you see, is you need to even be more so online, because anybody can present anything. Okay? Is what is real. There are some unwell people, and this lawsuit is a prime example of an unwell individual who needs to be one with a quality therapist and their very, very comfortable couch, and may possibly need to be medicated. And that is just my opinion, because this is not normal. When you've been forgotten about, this lady has moved on with her life, and you yet again bring something up. It is very much giving obsession. It is giving a parasocial relationship. And I know it's going to be well. Prayers to Melody. Prayers to all the content creators. No weapon formed against y'all is going to prosper. It's nothing to worry about, but it's definitely something that is an issue. So I'm going to leave this there for now. Until next time, y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.